you should take a look. So we're so glad you're here tonight. We're not sure if it's for you or not, but you will know, I think, by the end of this presentation, whether or not this is something that you're interested in or meant to be involved in. So my name is Rachel Garcia, and this evening I'm going to be walking you through some information about a company that absolutely radically changed the life of my family when we found out about it back in 2008. The name of the company is Pure. It stands for People United Reaching Everyone. And we truly believe that everybody deserves to have this information. Now, people are attracted to Pure for a number of different reasons. When my brothers asked me to look at this, I was working full-time as a physician assistant. I saw 50 to 60 patients a day. I wrote 200 prescriptions a day. My husband and I had just started not one, but two businesses in the previous 6 months. We'd invested over $100,000 in those businesses, a skincare retail store and a construction company. And I had just had my second baby. So life was really busy, but my brothers knew we were entrepreneurs and they said, we have a business we want you to take a look at. Well, I was businessed out. I was not interested in the business. And then they said, give us your viewpoint on the nutrition side of this company. Now, my nephew had just been diagnosed with severe autism, and I had sat with my sister as the physician told her, your son will never speak. He will never have more than the mind of a 3-year-old. And it rocked us. And I had a lot of questions about autism, and I began doing an extensive amount of research. I have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences, so I'm not talking Wikipedia research. I was reading clinical studies, and I came to the conclusion that what we put into our bodies really, really matters. And so I was supplementing. I had an organic garden. We had one of those big old juicers. It was a lot of work in addition to my full-time job, my two businesses, my children. And so when my brother said, take a look at the nutrition side of this, I thought I would briefly glance at it and then say, yeah, it's no good. I was blown away with what I saw. Everything that they had, first of all, the message was truth. Cleanse your body of toxins, balance out your pH, pour plant-based nutrition in. Then I started comparing what they had to what we were using, and what they had was better. And this is what caught my attention. It's why I started with Pure. I'm here today, 15 years later, because we've helped tens of thousands of people throw prescriptions in the trash. And I now make 5 times what I used to make as a PA, working this very, very part-time. Not only does my check per week matter, but one of the questions I want to ask you is, if you did something, is there a business in your life? Is there something that you could spend 30 minutes a day on 5 days a week that will pay you weekly checks for decades to come? Most people cannot say yes to that question. So I hope you keep listening, whether you're interested in the nutrition side of things and you're really into health, or you know you should be better with health. We're going to make it really easy for you. In fact, in less than 30 seconds in the morning, you can get more nutrition than your entire neighborhood gets in a week with what we're about to show you. Or you're interested in additional streams of income. You are looking for another way to make money. You're looking for a way to get out of the debt that you just went into over December for the 5th December in a row, and you're tired of it, and you know you need to do something different. This might be that thing. I told you, I joined for the simplicity. Wait, click a button. They're going to send this good stuff all from one company to my house. I don't have to drive across town to the health food store. I don't have to do the research anymore. I am in. I joined for the simplicity. I'm still here today because of the extremely real results. The real results started in our household. Within a week, my son's severe constipation issues that he struggled with at the age of 3 were gone. By the end of the week, also, my extreme insomnia issues were gone. 6 weeks in, my husband's extreme depression and anger issues, which were really stressing out our marriage, gone. And 3 months in, my nephew had started speaking. At that point, I realized we had our hands on something really powerful, and I needed to learn more about it and begin to share it with others. Now, I have a very serious question for you. Let's say it's the year 2000, and somebody comes to you and says, hey, in the future, 20 years in the future, there's going to be this company called Amazon, and everybody's going to buy everything from this company. They're going to buy their tires, they're going to buy their baby diapers, they're going to buy even their food on Amazon. We're looking for people to be brand partners with us to help spread the news about Amazon. And anybody that you tell that chooses to get a membership with Amazon, we're going to give you somewhere between 10 to 50% of every sale they make for the rest of their lives, everything they purchase. And if they tell anybody, we're going to give you a percentage of that as well. My question is, would you have seen it? I don't know that I would have seen it, but I did know 15 years ago that the future would be online. We've seen our favorite retail stores go out of business over the last couple of years. This is what we're coming to, all online. Of course, Amazon doesn't offer a percentage of bonuses for anybody that you refer to that company, but I believe that 10 years in the future, multiple families. In fact, a majority of the families in our country will have Pure memberships. And if they found out about it because of you, you will receive a percentage of what they purchase for the rest of their lives. Does that sound appealing to you? It should. It's a way for you to get weekly checks for the rest of your life by joining with us in a movement that started 15 years ago to make sure that everyone knows about this amazing company. Why are we different? Well, I'm going to put on my business hat for a moment and say, if you're going to take the time to sell a service or sell a product or start a business, you want to make sure it's for 100% of the demographic. I wish someone had told me that when I opened my skincare retail store. What I was selling was only for women who wanted to spend $100 per month on their face, on their skin. That's a very small percentage of the demographic. You don't want to be selling something that's just for the pet owners or just for the moms or just for the runners. See, what we have is for everybody who has a body, 100% of the demographic. And at some point or another, people recognize that what they're putting into their bodies really matters. And they truly have the opportunity to become a customer of yours. You want what you're selling or offering to be a consumable repeat purchase. You don't want to be offering a vacuum cleaner or a water purifier or Cutco knives, all things that people purchase one time and never purchase again. See, with Pure, people come back and repurchase. In fact, we found 93 out of 100 people who start on our starter packages come back and repurchase 1 to 2 products per month at minimum without being provoked. That is what makes us really different. Why would people repeat purchase over and over and over again? Because of the results. We stand head and shoulders above all of our competition. Now let me talk about the business model for a moment. Richard Branson and Tony Robbins have gone on record saying this is one of the most brilliant business models for anyone to get involved in for a number of reasons. Well, one, Richard Branson says all of us should have a small business on the side for the tax benefits. But Tony Robbins is a huge fan of this for the low investment startup cost and the low monthly overhead. So to give you an example, for those of you that are employees and don't really maybe know those terminologies of startup costs and overhead, it cost me $50,000 to start my skincare retail store, and it cost me thousands, $3,000 to $4,000 a month to keep it running. That was pay the light bill, pay the rent, pay the employees, pay the shipping costs, pay to repurchase the products that were purchased by the customers. This cost me less to get started in than it cost me per month to run that skincare store. And I ate my investment. In fact, I was already buying nutritional supplementation from other companies and seeing no results. This was just a replacement of what I was already doing, and I could actually see the results. So the reason my husband and I started 2 businesses in 2008 was because I was working so hard. I had a nanny who was essentially raising my boys, and they called her mom, and it was killing me. And I thought, my gosh, is there ever going to be a way where I don't see patients on Fridays? Am I ever going to get to go to my kids' field trips? Am I ever going to get to spend time with my kids? And I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, written by Robert Kiyosaki, and I realized the only way out was for me to get additional income streams, thus the skincare retail store, thus the construction company. Well, I kind of stumbled into this business, not even thinking it was a business because of the low startup cost. And so you can imagine my surprise when his book, The Business of the 21st Century, was published in 2010. And I read it and realized this thing I stumbled into was the business of the 21st century. And he was right. Because I've been consistent, small amounts of time consistently, we have created a weekly check that will never stop. And even more so now, what drives me is helping other people create weekly checks. See, we allow you to leverage your time. You put in a small amount of time, a small amount of effort, consistently. I'm going to say 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day. If you do that for a year, what else do you have in your life that will pay you for decades to come? Typically only actors or singers get royalty fees, or maybe you have people who get passive income from real estate investments, but they had to have massive amounts of money and take massive risk up front to be able to get that passive income. So this allows you to invest small amounts of time, a very small amount of money, and have other people working for you to create a check for you for decades to come. Think of tonight. Who invited you? Are they speaking? Probably not. I'm working for them. I work for you. You can invite people to presentations. I will answer their questions. I will do the presentation for them while you're at your full-time job, while you're away with your family on vacation. We have all sorts of resources where we are helping you spread the news simply and easily. Now, I'll go back to why I started. These products were used in a clinical practice for 30 years with the philosophy of cleanse, balance, and build. And the results were so good, there was a 3-year waiting list for people to get in. And they said, you know what? We don't have enough practitioners. This takes too long to see all these patients. Let's just start a company where the only way you find out about it is word of mouth. We already have a 3-year waiting list. We're not going to pay a marketing firm to do billboards and commercials and radio ads. We're just going to spread it word of mouth. And that's how it started. And that's why I'm here today. And that's why you're here today. Someone I told someone who told someone who told someone who told you. Well, we're just spreading the message. We don't know if it's for you or not. I believe with all my heart, our products are for everyone. Because after 20 years of practicing medicine and 15 years of spreading the message of Pure, I believe that the majority of the health issues we face are the result of these 3 things. We're toxic. We're drinking out of plastic water bottles. We're putting food in Tupperware containers and sticking it in a microwave. Our foods are being sprayed with chemicals and herbicides and pesticides and fungicides and larvicides by guys in hazmat suits, and we're eating it. The studies have shown the microparticles of plastic in our food has shot up over the last 10 years, along with the cancer rates. We're being poisoned. We are totally out of balance. We don't get enough exercise. We sit way too much. Sitting is the new smoking, by the way. We eat extremely acidic foods. And there's multiple studies and books like the China study that have been published showing you do not want to be eating more meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, and bread than you do plants. Most people, oh, it's so hard to get that amount. It's so hard to get plants in. It is. I would agree. But Pure's made it easy. We're going to show you how to balance out your pH, how to get your sleep on track, how to get enough energy that you can actually exercise and build your muscles up, which in turn burns fat. We're going to pour nutrition into your body. We are severely undernourished in this country. And so for the people that are educated, they know that. They're supplementing. They have pantries that look like this. And they don't travel with it. And when they take it, they can't tell a difference. The difference here is you can tell when you take it and you travel with it, because the first time you travel without it, all of a sudden you're not pooping, you're not sleeping, you're off, your mood is horrible, you're in pain, your brain fog is out of control, you're depressed. You don't want to do it again. Okay. Whereas most of us have pantries like this, and maybe we take it here, maybe we take it there. We can't really tell when we take it. Our children are really negatively being affected, guys. Whatever's in your genetic pipeline, whatever your parent, you just saw your parents over the holidays, right? Or grandparents, what are they struggling with? Parkinson, dementia, heart disease, diabetes. What are they struggling with? Whatever it is, it's coming down the pipeline to hit you faster than it hit them because of your lack of movement, because of the poisons in the air, because of the lack of nutrition. And unfortunately, it's already being shown that it's hitting our kids even faster. And you cannot eat your way out of this. This is well known. For over a decade now, studies have been published showing we are not eating what our grandparents ate. Even if you try to eat what they ate, you're not getting it. I mean, they could eat 1 orange, 1 cup of spinach, 1 ear of corn, and 1 cup of wheat in 1960, which was only 632 calories to get a specific amount of nutrition. For us to get the same amount of nutrition 12 years ago, 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, 2 cups a week, we can't get it from our food, guys. We're literally walking around starving. Enter cleanse, balance, build, a centuries-old philosophy. And this is the philosophy that Pure was started on. We have to cleanse the 7 channels that our body eliminates through. Think about it. You take your car in for a servicing every 10,000 miles. If you don't, the lights are going off. It won't make it 200,000 miles. Think of starting with Pure for 30 days as a servicing for your number 1 asset. You cannot replace where our soul lives. We can replace our phones. We live in multiple houses throughout our life. We live in multiple cars. Yet most of us spend more money on our house, on our cars, on our phone, on a yearly basis than we do on the servicing of our body. You go, oh, I went to the doctor last week. Were you serviced? Or you went in and they did a scan and checked your blood work and wrote you a few prescriptions on the way out the door for Band-Aid problems you have. Think of this as a servicing. We're going to cleanse out those 7 channels, your lungs, your liver, your skin, your lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, intestines. We're going to pour plant-based nutrition in so that your pH can operate at the place that it's supposed to operate. And so that you are not struggling with inflammation, disease, and infection because of what you're eating. We have medical doctors joining us weekly. Now, just think about that for a moment. I'm not going to make claims about what's going to happen for you. I'm going to tell you why do we have medical doctors joining us weekly? Why would they do that? Because they know prevention's better than prescription. Multiple products of ours are in the physician's desk reference. I used that to write prescriptions for 20 years. I'm going to start by telling you about our starter package. We have over 50 products, you guys, and they're amazing. We have a metabolic reset package. If you're starting into the new year and you need to lose weight, you want to look at the metabolic reset program. We have a sports line that will blow you away. But I have learned in 15 years that the less confusion and the more simplified we make this, better the results for everyone. And so we streamlined it to these 7 products. And we found that when people consume these 7 products, 6 things typically happen in 28 days. Weight loss without trying. Energy like you've never had energy before. Sleeping like a rock. Insomnia issues gone. Pain resolution or reduction. And mood improvement. Although you don't notice your mood improving, everyone around you does. And then last but not least is bowel improvement. If I could spend an hour on all the bowel issues we have in this country, whether it's hemorrhoids, constipation, diverticulitis, diverticulosis, IBS, leaky gut, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, it is awful. And one of the biggest areas we see improvement in is bowel issues. If you're over 40 or you're on prescription medications, look at the superfruits. Each of these were used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown, the goji, the acai, the noni, the mangosteen. They've been studied for over 3 decades in our country, and we have 100% superfruits in these bottles. They haven't been powdered down and rehydrated with juices or who knows what. It's 100% noni. So if you struggle with reflux, if you struggle with bowel issues, if you struggle with asthma, allergies, eczema, pain, alopecia, circulation issues, libido, depression, anxiety, thinning nails, brittle nails, heart issues, cholesterol issues, triglyceride issues, make sure you start with the Core Complete. There's a 30-day satisfaction guarantee offered with all of these products. But again, we found that with the starter packs, what happens is 93 out of 100 people decide to repurchase. Why? Because of the results that they see. They get off the products and they realize I felt much better while I was using them. And they typically choose to go forward with 2 to 4 products every single month. What do you have to lose, guys? If you're struggling with your health or you know you're not taking care of your health, you know you need to do better. That Centrum vitamin's just not cutting it for you. You can't tell when you take it. You can't tell when you don't. Or maybe you're really into nutrition. Compare what you're taking to what we have. I have a feeling ours is better and actually more affordable, especially with our Smart Ship program. We have lots of videos of kids taking it. These are my teenage boys last summer. They've been taking these products since they were toddlers. This is our calcium magnesium mix. It's all plant-based, no cow's milk. That's our superfruits. That's our vitamin mix. You can see him taking our immune boosters in capsule form. In this video right here, he's eating his Mila, which is our plant-based omega-3, high amounts of fiber in a muffin. My kids have been doing this, like I said, since they were young. This is one of my boys when he was 8 years old. And in less than 30 seconds in the morning, he was getting more nutrition in his body than his entire class got in a week. It's obvious when my children take it. It's obvious when they don't. It's obvious to them. In fact, today, this boy, who's now 15, sent me a picture of his empty superfruit glasses. He is proud of himself because he takes the products when I'm not there, when I'm not urging him to do it, because they feel the difference. Now, you could, of course, put it all into a smoothie. And if you choose to join us in our Metabolic Reset program, which is amazing, this is one of your snacks. And this is how we get all the products in. But we have lots of training videos with leaders in our team teaching you how to consume the products, how to get it into your children's bodies. We have put together so many resources for you that you can utilize to help learn how to become healthier. We've made it easy. Doctors educating on it, people sharing their testimonies. It's all on this amazing website, purelifechangers.com. So put that into your Google, your Safari, bookmark it on your phone or on your computer, and spend a little bit of time learning about the products if that's what interests you. Some of you are watching on this site right now, Changing Lives with Pure. We now have over 10,000 members on this site. You can use the little search box to type in whatever you're struggling with. Migraines, insomnia, ADHD, cholesterol, heck, go through the photos and look at all the lab results that have been posted. You can only be a part of this page if you're on my team or someone that I know invited you to take a look. But once you're on, guys, utilize that search box because it will blow your mind, the testimonies that are posted there. I'll really briefly tell you about our Metabolic Reset because we have a challenge right now, and registration for this ends tomorrow. The challenge is a 6-week metabolic reset program, which incorporates the core complete products, those starter package products that I just walked you through. Really, one of the biggest changes for most people in utilizing our metabolic reset is how often you eat. You're eating within 30 minutes of waking, you're eating every 3 hours. And let me tell you guys, we have seen the weight drop off. There's a 7-day detox incorporated into this 6-week program. We do some carb cycling, but I will tell you what people say, I've never eaten this much and lost weight. I didn't feel deprived at all. Look at this. This is literally health from the inside out. Radical changes physically and eating a lot of food. So we're pouring plant-based nutrition in, we're pouring the pure products in and getting that body working the way that it was meant to work. So when I first started with Pure and I started to realize what we had our hands on, I said, I'm going to share this with everyone. Now, friends, I was used to impacting the lives of people that I came across. I saw 50 to 60 patients a day. I took pride in being the best provider, physician assistant that I could. And I was used to helping people that I knew, that I saw. I wasn't used to helping people that I didn't meet. So I'm going to tell you a story about Miss Betty. Miss Betty got started with the Core Complete. She was 72. She could barely get to her mailbox every day because she was in so much pain and so fatigued, and it made her short of breath to get out there. Within 2 weeks of starting on the Core Complete, not only is she going to the mailbox, but she's walking around the block twice a day. And she's calling me and telling me she's seeing neighbors and meeting people she had not seen in years. And they're all asking her, oh my gosh, Betty, what are you doing? How are you walking in the neighborhood so often? And now Frank wants to get started on the products because he has knee problems. And now Mrs. Smith wants to get started on the products because she's having a hard time remembering people's names. And then she calls me 2 weeks later, as she's now a brand partner. And she says, Rachel, I got a check the last 2 weeks in a row. For someone in their 70s to be on a fixed income and starting to get checks weekly, guys, that's a big deal. It's like hope being planted in her life. And she was so excited. Maybe what was even more impactful for me was Frank's results, because his knee pain was gone, and Mrs. Smith's results because she's now remembering her kids and her grandkids' names. And I was impacting the lives of people I'd never met. And that's when I began to dream and have a vision and really understand the power of what we have our hands on. And I began trying to figure out, how do I make it easy for Frank to share? How do I make it easy for Mrs. Smith to share? So we have this whole system that when you decide to become one of our brand partners, you get to plug in with. And we teach you in 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, how to share this message simply and easily. And it goes like this. Hey, Beth, I found something amazing. If I send you something, will you take a look? If I send you a link, will you jump on tonight at 8 o'clock and take a look? That's it. All we do is invite people to the message. This is not going anywhere. We're a 15-year-old company. Less than 2% of companies that start make it to the 15-year mark. We're not going anywhere. We're debt-free. We have some of the most wealthy individuals in the world as our investors. The future in business is e-commerce and health and wellness. Health and wellness is going nowhere. People are aging. They figured out that maybe they need to be paying a little bit more attention to their bodies and what they put in their bodies. It's the perfect time to partner with Pure. Less than 60,000 people in the United States of America even knows we exist, and we're looking for brand partners. Of course, you can just be a customer. And if you want to do that, guys, go to livepure.com, throw what you're most interested into your pack and go to checkout. I love the family pack. It's actually what I started with no intention of the business, because that's the servicing for 4 members of your family. Plus, it's got our vegan shake, and it's got our colloidal silver, which is huge for burns and styes and ear infections. It's got your skin defense, which is much better than hand sanitizer for killing every bug there is out there. It's got all the good stuff in it. You also could throw our Reset Plus into your package, which is for 2 people to do the 6-week metabolic reset program. It's really awesome. Or you can mix and match and add in whatever you want. When you go to checkout, it's going to say, do you want to be a preferred customer? The answer is yes, you do. You'll get 25% off. But if you're listening to this and you're like, I don't know that I can afford that. Really, I'm really hurting for money right now. Or my sister really needs to hear this. Or you're thinking, I have 5 income streams and I'm looking for a 6th, because most millionaires have 10. So yeah, I'm interested in this. Choose to be a brand partner, guys. It's $49 to enroll as a brand partner. And what happens is we teach you 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of work, how to share this with others, how to invite people to take a look. And I know what will happen for you. It happened for me. I started to get customers and my checks started to come in, $37, $88, $576. And we're like, where's this money come from? This is weird. And basically what happens is every time somebody purchases, as a result of you telling them, the company is saying, thank you so much. Here's a percentage of your commissions. And I told you, People don't buy once. They purchase over and over and over again. See, where it really started to explode for me, because with just the customer income, my checks began to match what I was making with my skincare store. I mean, and that was something when I finished with patients at 7, I'd go to my skincare store, I'd spend 3 hours checking out, doing all the duties you had to do with the business, spending 30 minutes a day on this. In the beginning, I was spending less than 30 minutes a day on this, and my checks were matching what I made with the skincare store and continuing to grow. I closed that sucker down. Said, what if I spend 3 hours a day on this? What'll happen? I'll tell you what'll happen. I began to wake up and have brand partners in Maine, in California, in New Mexico, in Alaska, in places I had never been. It grows so fast when you're following our system and you're doing consistent work every day. It'll blow your mind, guys. Now, here's the thing. You're only building 2 teams. So whoever invited you tonight, maybe they have 20 people watching, okay? And right now, maybe Bob's already texted them and said, I'm in. And then 5 minutes later, Kristen texts them and says, I'm in. Bob gets a position. Kristen gets a position. They're only building 2 teams. What does that mean? What if they sign up 5 teams? Well, the next 3 teams are going underneath Bob and Kristen. So Bob and Kristen will literally benefit from every order that ever goes in, right? So when Leah joins, Bob gets an email that says, congrats, Leah's joined your team. Bob's busy, man. He works all day long. He's a superintendent in a school. He doesn't get home till late at night. He comes home to 3 emails tomorrow, calls and says, who are these people? Who's Beth, Brenda, and Leah? I don't know any of these people. What does this mean that they're on my team? Basically, a savings account is being built for Bob. And their orders fit Bob. He can literally earn income off of those orders. He has to begin to share it. He has to begin to build a business. But I'm telling you all of this because timing matters. You may be thinking right now, well, maybe this is for me, but let me just wait and watch. Let me just wait and see. Let me just wait and think. 30-day satisfaction guarantee. You have nothing to lose. If you don't take a jump, if you don't make a move, nothing will change in your life. It's $49 to enroll. If you're a military or a student, it's free. If you get one of our business packs, it's free. Monthly overhead you should be spending on your body already. It's your number one asset. You don't get another one. It is worth pouring nutrition in, because I'm going to tell you, prevention is better than prescription. So about 3 to 4 products a month is what keeps you active to get weekly checks from this company. Okay, now you can't afford $150 a month? Fine. Aunt Betty, Mrs. Smith's order, all your customers' orders count towards your monthly overhead. All right, so no need to worry about that. I highly recommend you set up your smart ship right now. It doesn't ship out for 28 days. Okay, and it sets you up because I said 93 out of 100 people repurchase. You're already set up, and that's how our products become cheaper than our competitors. And then we go place your first order. All right, so what's your first order going to be? It can be whatever you want it to be, but I'm going to talk about the business packs. Okay, the family pack is my favorite. It services 4 members of your family. So don't be selfish. Don't just get it for one of you. Let's do your whole family servicing in 1 month. You write this whole investment off. This is $4,000 worth of products, and you're getting it for $2,500. That's why I got this package. I said, I want everybody to be able to use the products, and I want the best bang for my buck. But with this, you guys, you're also getting free membership. You're getting into my VIP training. Now, this is a big deal. Okay. Everybody's going to get the 30-minute a day, 5-day a week of training. You're going to get onto my VIP training, where our 6- and 7-figure earners are mentoring you and coaching you on our weekly training call. That's a Q&A session as well. You have access to our leadership retreats. Our last one was to Costa Rica. The next one is to Bison View Lodge in Helen, Georgia. If you're not a VIP, you cannot earn those trips. So family package is my favorite. The Reset Plus is one of my favorite packages as well. Again, 2 people doing the metabolic reset for 6 weeks. It is a fabulous, fabulous starting package for someone who's going to do a partnership. Maybe you and your spouse, you and your sister, you're ready for a massive change. The Reset Plus is amazing. You also get the 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of training. You get your membership fee waived, you get shipping waived, but you do not get my VIP training. So if you're really interested in building the business, guys, squeeze out the extra cash. Figure out a way to spend that extra $1,000 so that you can be part of the VIP program. There's a lot of benefits to that program, but you can really start wherever you want. Look at this. The Core Plus is less than $10 a day for you to get 30 days of servicing and have a business that you can write off. A big deal. And you will get the 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of training. All right. All packs come with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. All the guys always say, how do I make my money back? I'll tell you how. You start sharing. You plug into our system in which we teach you 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of what to do. You're going to start inviting people to take a look. I already modeled that for you. It's a numbers thing, guys. It's like the lady at the coffee shop, right? Would you like some coffee? Would you like some coffee, sir? Would you like some coffee, ma'am? We just keep inviting. That's what I did every day on the way to work. I invited somebody every day. We know the numbers. If 10 people take a look, 3 people join. If you have 4 people join this business, you will make $2,000. That just paid for your investment. Pretty impressive how quickly you can make your money back. Okay. So livepure.com, throw what you want into your pack, Core Complete, Reset Plus, Family Pack, whatever you want, throw it in, go to checkout, choose to be a brand partner. If you like to travel, you guys, we have a lot of fun. This is over 50 of us at the nicest hotel in Sorrento, Italy earlier this year. We are going to Greece in September of 2023, and I personally have a goal to help 200 people earn that trip. Maybe it's you. The sky is the limit. You can make whatever you want to make here. Sometimes people say, no, I think it's one of those things. And I always say, what do you mean by that? They say, one of those things where the people at the top make all the money. Well, I'm going to tell you straight out. I make more money than the people who showed it to me. And I make more money than the people that showed it to them, and the people that showed it to them, and the people that showed it to them. Do you know why? Because I spent 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week consistently. Did not stop. I was consistent, was persistent, and we have mastered what the activities are that you should be doing those 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. So if you can commit that time to this, the sky is truly the limit. I hope that you get back to the person who invited you. Let them know what your thoughts are. Don't sit on this. Timing absolutely matters. I'm going to stop the recording. Stay on for just a minute. There's a Q&A button down at the bottom. There's a lot of you on the Zoom. There's a Q&A button down at the bottom. If you have any questions, you guys type it in. I see there's one already. Just type your question in. I'll be happy to sit on here for just a minute, answer any questions that any of you have. All right. So the first question that's popped up, somebody saying multiple sclerosis. So we have actually a number of testimonies. If you're not on that Changing Lives with Pure page, I highly recommend that you get on that page and type in whatever issue you're interested in learning more about. The testimonies are really quite mind-blowing. We're not going to make claims about what will happen for you and what won't happen for you, but that's why we have the testimonies. You know, go put the pieces together and figure out, what do you have to lose, really? You have nothing to lose and so much to gain. Gosh, all the questions are coming in. Barrett's disease. So that's an esophageal disease. We actually have quite a few testimonies on that. Anything that results from inflammation, which actually almost every disease process that we do is that we fight is from inflammation. We're dousing the inflammation with plant-based nutrition and getting the toxins out. You have nothing to lose except weight and everything to gain. Are all products safe for pregnancy or pre-pregnancy? So a lot of our products are. I'm going to say 98% of our products are. You don't want to do the cleanse product that cleanses the 7 channels, your lungs, liver, skin, lymphatic system. You don't want all that stuff going out into the baby while you're pregnant, right? Or breastfeeding. So you don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be taking any of our metabolic products or our the things that speed up your metabolism. You don't want to be doing that when you're pregnant. Some pregnant ladies won't take caffeine. Other pregnant ladies are siphoning the coffee all day long, you know? So our energy product, which I think they should call Focus, it's all plant-based, is 10 times better than coffee. So we have a list for you if you really want to know, but lots of the products are good. And we have so many Pure babies and Pure kids. And we have entire videos and trainings of the kids. The kids even do the training. We have a 5-year-old walking you through the Core Plus and why you use them every day. So they really, really good stuff for the kids. If I go in low, no trips or training, more or less doing the solo with just making 20% off each order. More or less, I don't really understand your question, but you can totally start wherever you want, $49, right? You're going to get the 30 minutes a day. So you're not really doing it solo. You still are going to have team leaders who help you. You're just not going to be in the VIP mentoring program, but you'll still have somebody helping you. My goal for you would be to earn enough money to upgrade to a VIP package at some point. But you're making more than 20% off of each order. I can tell you that. You're going to be making somewhere between 10 to 50% on every order purchased. How much you make is determined by how many lives you're changing and how many people are consuming the products. Okay, you could tell somebody who goes out and tells hundreds of thousands of people because of the influence that they have, and you're going to benefit from that. And really the key that we're encouraging people when they first get started is you're really looking for 2 people that are going to wake up and do 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, every day. That's what you're looking for in the very beginning. And then those people are plugged in. We're working with them and training and coaching them. So get back to the person who invited you guys. Let them know where you're at. Looks like that's all the questions. Thanks for joining us tonight. I hope that I get to meet you at one of our upcoming events. We have an intense nutritional and business training coming up in Destin, February 24th and 25th. You can find out about that on our purelifechangers.com page. It's called Pure Fire. Gosh, I hope you choose to join us. It is in depth, and you walk away knowing everything you need to know to go build this business. Again, thanks for joining us, guys. Victoria, you're welcome. Take care.